Hi, this is Larry Tranel, Dairy Field Specialist with Iowa State University Extension and Outreach, welcoming you to part 4 of our Beginning Dairy Farmer video series featuring the Lynch Dairy as we stand in their low-cost Trans-Iowa milking parlor, and this video will focus on the organic dairy system that they have chosen. Beginning farmers have various dairy system options as they begin their careers, and the Lynches picked their system because of the increased milk prices of organic, the soil and animal health, and felt they could best profit from dairy this way. They also focus on labor efficiency in their milking system that we will talk a bit more about later. So let's listen as Marv and Kim Lynch share their thoughts on their organic grazing system.
Hi, I'm Marvin Lynch. This is my wife Kim. We live in Jones County, Iowa. We are dairy farmers. We milk 100 cows, operate 420 acres, and we've been certified organic since 2009. And our grazing system is I have 3 paddocks for the milking cows. I rotate those between the 3 paddocks. So usually they're on a paddock for 1 week. That gives each paddock a 2-week rest between grazing stations. Purchased the cows from Dad in 2004. We milk with a swing. We have a swing 14 parlor. I guess the biggest reason we switched to organic was I was tired of the conventional milk prices, the up and down swings. The organic price is more stable. That was our biggest
stability is.
Yep, our biggest reason why we switched to organic. But I guess after we've been organic for a while, we see a lot more benefits coming from being organic.
See, benefits in the soil health and the animals' health. A lot less problems today prior to organic.
Weather is a big challenge, as far as getting your cultivation done and your crops, and the cows being on pasture. If it's too muddy, I don't like to let them out on pasture, but you're required to have 120 days, or the need to be access to pasture 120 days out of the year. More labor intensive. There's you get a sick cow, you can't just walk up with a syringe and give it a shot. You got to give the medicine orally. It's a little more labor intensive. You go back to cultivating corn, and
there's more paperwork.
Yep.
It's more intense when you're first getting started, your first year or two. After that, it's pretty routine, and you can.
When we first started, we bought a lot of our feed, and that was a challenge. But now we grow most of our feed. Now we have enough acres, we can grow most of our feed, so I don't have to buy too much anymore. That helps if you can grow your own feed. Keys to success is a lot of hard work, and cows, comfortable cows. Feed, make quality feed for the cows.
Me.
Yeah.
Every farm needs a good wife and a good husband.
Good efficiency from your workforce. That's key too. I would say quality feed would be very up top of the list. 'Cause more better feed, intake, more intake cows get, more milk they'll produce. So that with healthy soil, I believe, is a real big plus, and then you'll have healthy crops, which leads to healthy cows. So, every year we do analysis from the Iowa State Extension Service, and Larry Tranel comes out and goes through all our numbers, and it's very interesting to see where you're profitable and where you're not profitable, and where you should change a few things.
Areas you can work on.
Tweak a little bit. That's very, very helpful. Feed efficiency, the quality feed, and the labor efficiency from my wife.
Keeping the milk pounds up.
Yes.
Which kind of has to do with the feed efficiency and
keeping your more productive cows. You know, if you have a cow that's just not producing, you just don't need to have her around. I think the cows are lasting longer. They live longer, so I get more calves out of each cow. So I think over the long run, I believe it's probably neck and neck with conventional farming. I would ask a lot of questions, talk to other farmers in dairying, talk to your extension office. There's a lot of assistance out there for beginners. And also your soil consultants. Talk to them. They would be very helpful for the organic, getting your soil into balance. Organic Valley is very helpful on getting us going into organic. When you're in transition, they will
pay you an extra premium.
We'll give you a milk premium while you're in that transitional period till you get on their truck.
If there's ever questions in regards to anything, just call. We were been able to call them, and they could get us a hold of who we needed to find the answer with what we needed. And they have lots of good seminars or meetings.
They have.
And they're actually interesting, and we didn't fall asleep in them, so that was a positive.
And they have on-staff veterinarians.
Yeah.
If you have any questions on health, and
Agronomists.
they have on-staff agronomists. So yeah, they're very helpful. Organic is nothing new, because either your father or grandfather farmed this way. It's just well worth it.